If you attempt to use echo or print to display the whole contents of an array, it won't work in PHP. In this page, an array has been created above the doc type on lines 2 and 3, and on line 15, echo is being used in an attempt to display the contents of the array. Let's see what that looks like in a browser. And we'll just zoom in to read that more clearly. And it says array to string conversion, gives the location, and then simply displays the word array. Unlike JavaScript, PHP doesn't automatically convert the array to a string. You need to convert it yourself using the delightfully named Implode function. It's called that because it does the opposite of another function called Explode that breaks a string into an array. So let's see how Implode works. Let's go back to the editing program. We still need echo because that will display the output of the implode function, but we need to pass flowers, the array, as the argument to the implode function. So implode, and then the argument has to go between parentheses, and if we save that, go back to the browser and refresh, certainly all the content of the array is displayed, but there's no space, there's no separator between them. So that's not terribly useful. Fortunately, if you add another argument to the implode function, it acts as a separator, and that goes as the first argument. So let's go back to our editing program. And in front of flowers, we need to add a string as an argument. The string will consist of a comma and a space. So we need the closing quote there, and then a comma to separate the two arguments. And then if we just save that, go back to the browser and refresh, we've now got a comma-separated string, and that works quite nicely. And of course, you could use other strings. You could use something like forward slashes, whatever you like, or dashes. But you're not limited to just one item within your string. Let's be a little bit more ambitious and convert this into an unordered list. So back in the editing program, instead of p tags, we need ul tags. And we also need an opening li tag and a closing li tag. And then as the argument for the separator, we need a closing li tag followed by an opening li tag. And if we save that and go back to the browser and refresh, and there we are, it's converted that array into an unordered list. Now, although this works, it's definitely not the most efficient way of doing it. It would be far more efficient to use a loop. So let's just go back to our editing program and refresh our memory about how implode works. Implode takes two arguments. The first argument is a string that acts as a separator between each array element, and the second argument is the array itself.